I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, I thank you all for tuning in from wherever your neck of the woods is in the world, or from whatever time zone, or providence, or place, city, region, destination. Yes, Terry, you're first again. I appreciate you as always. And no, you didn't miss it. You're right here, man. So it's a rainy day in Georgia, and we're out here walking, trying to get skinny, and just doing our thing. And someone said, "Don't fall this time." Yeah, we fell last time. So we hope we don't. There's the rock right there that I fell on. Just passing it up right now. Good up there. Hello, Dirty Boys, MC Dallas. Good to see you guys. Happy to see you all. So today, I wanted to talk about something that I find interesting. I always get these IMs, text messages, emails, and I'm so glad to hear from you all. I'm just very thankful. And I call them letters because I'm old, but these are my letters that I read to you guys. And they either come as messages on my phone, or IMs, or emails, or text messages, or messages from Instant Messenger on Facebook. They come from all sorts of places. And some guy was writing to me. He was really upset about voting in his club. And I was thinking about it, and I get mad too. I kind of get mad at you guys. What is the, let me not ask this as a question, let me just say this. One of the most dangerous persons, individuals in a free and open democratic society is an ignorant voter. An ignorant voter is one of the most egregious members of a society. An ignorant voter is even worse than a non-voter. An ignorant voter is worse than a non-voter. I would say a non-voter is the second most egregious, sinful person in a freely open and democratic society. A non-voter because, but even a non-voter who says, you know what, I'm not educated enough to have a vote. That person is better for the society than an ignorant and uninformed voter. A voter that votes on personality and and who they feel should be the winner, rather than who should be the winner based on their record or their qualifications or something like that. These people we see in the United States, with the polarization of our Democratic and Republican parties, it's so tribal, it's pathetic. We can't get along on anything. Everybody calls the other guy a liar, and it's so bad that we don't even care who's right or wrong. We don't care anything about the information. We don't care about the qualifications. All we care about is that guy's on our side. What I hate is when that kind of BS comes into the MC. And I see it more and more. I see this tribalism in the MC. This retardation. Somebody says they're going on their first winter run. Good luck to you, man. Let us know how it turns out. The winter runs are coming earlier for some of us than the others. So this idea that I just wish motorcycle clubs and chapters would stop voting on dumb stuff like personality. It's like the election becomes a personality contest. You put people in office to represent you that have no clue and no record. No clue, no record, no experience, no no training. And then you get mad when the MC's not working. You get mad when the tribalism occurs. You get mad when folks are clicking up, and when nothing is being handled fairly or according to the bylaws. When you put a guy in office that doesn't even know the bylaws, couldn't quote the bylaws if his life depended upon it. That's who you put in office. Do the Black Dragons go hiking? Well, we are the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club, so I don't know what the Black Dragons do. But I'm Black Dragon. Black Dragon goes hiking. So I thought I'd answer that question. Somebody asked me that just now. So you folks get into this tribalism in the MC, and it's silly. It's silly because the MC needs good brothers making good decisions to survive. Hello there, Ireland. Glad to have you guys tuning in. And you got to think about it. Like, what are you trying to accomplish here? I have a question for you. In the decision, or in the description, I wrote a question. The description to this video, and the question was simply, who would you vote for someone based on their personality or their qualifications? So if you would vote for someone based on, some people would say both. I want their personality and qualifications. But what if you only had one to choose from? Would it be the personality or the qualifications? And so many of us, it's the personality. I like that guy. I feel he can do a good job. Based on what? I like him. He makes me laugh. When you ask the guy, is that in the bylaw? I don't know. He hadn't read the bylaws like you haven't read them. And a lot of times, you folks put these people in office that are just like you. You don't do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. You don't know the bylaws. They don't know the bylaws. You don't have any experience. They don't have any experience. You just want the blind leading the blind. You hate it when there's going to be some guy in there that's going to hold your feet to the fire, that's going to hold you to the task. Well, y'all hate that, man. And you ain't voting on that. You're not voting on somebody that's going to make sure that everybody is going to be at the mandatory meets, mandatory runs. You don't want that. Hell no. I say you got to stop this popularity contest voting in the MC. If somebody asks for your vote, ask them for a 1 year, policy plan. Ask them for a 1 year goal. Ask them where they see the MC 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. Ask them where they think the MC will be at this time next year when it's time to vote for them again. Ask them for some campaign pledges and promises. Somebody, hey, will you vote for me? Well, what are you going to do for the MC? What's your plan? Not what you're going to do for me. The MC is not about me. It's about we. It's about us. It's about ours. What are you going to do for our thing here, bro? No, but I like you. You're all right. I want you for my president. Somebody asked me what happened to Saturday's chat. I got called to do club business, and I was out all day with the MC, so we didn't get a chance to do Saturday's chat. I apologize for that. So, what? What does a good leader consist of? What does a good road captain consist of? A lot of you don't know. You don't even know the job descriptions for the people you're voting in office. That's why you get these screwed up clubs. That's why you get all this stuff that you call me to complain about. You don't even know the job descriptions of the folks that you're voting for. At least when you go vote in the polls, they have an explanation of everything you're voting for. This is Proposition AB 29, the abolition of AR-15 assault rifles in the city. You vote for yes for this, there won't be any more, and if you vote no, there will be. Now, you don't get the rundown of both political sides, but you do get the basics of what it means. Sometimes I'm mad when I go in there like, man, this is not enough information. You didn't do any study, you didn't do any homework. You actually went to the polls to vote for something that was on the ballot, and the first time you heard about it is when you saw the ballot. Have you ever done that? How stupid do you feel? I made up my mind that at least 1 month before any vote, any poll, any ballot that I've got to go vote on, I will at least know everything that's going to be on the ballot, and I will have at least looked at both parties, the opposition and the pro, to at least know what both sides have to say about it. Try to weed out the propaganda and at least go into the voting booth knowing something about what I'm giving my vote for. And the MC for me is no different. The MC deserves the same amount of thought and effort and quality of voting. Your voting should have some quality to it. It should have some care and some concern. Your voting should have a level of sophistication, a level of pride. Your voting should have a level of I give a damn about where we're going. Like, I don't care. It don't matter to me. So please, you just don't vote. When the time comes, just say, I abstain. I didn't care anyway. Let us know what kind of piece of garbage you are, but don't show us how much you don't care by voting uninformed and retardedly because you can't even get off your butt enough to know the issues or the people or the players or their experience levels, education, training, or even their heart. I hate when we come up to vote on voting day and all of a sudden we get all these people running for office and we didn't get to know about it until voting day. Well, I didn't get a chance to interview these guys. I didn't get a chance to ask these guys any questions. I want to know about the people I'm voting for. And often it's the most hated guy in the club that is the most qualified to lead us. The guy that's gonna hold our feet to the fire and ensure that we follow these bylaws. Oh, hell, we don't want him. God, no, not Peter. He's a man. That guy's an OG. He's so old and old fashioned. Motorcycle clubs don't run that way anymore. Well, that's cool. But you put Frank in, who has never run anything in his whole life, not even his checkbook. And then you wonder why a year and a half from now, the club is in just disdain. Everybody's pissed off. Everybody wants to quit. It's just terrible. Part of leadership is telling people what they want, what they don't. Oh, rats, I missed that. Let's see if I can get back to it. Part of leadership is telling people what they don't want to hear and not feeling bad about it. It's not your fault. People respond to the truth. Voting versus military style of assignment, which is better? Well, it just depends on what kind of MC you're in. In a traditional MC, it's kind of a mix of both, but you have voting. You get to vote. Everything in a traditional MC is done by the vote. And so that's what I preach on. Now, there's all kinds of motorcycle clubs that are a little bit different, have a little bit different stuff. They have presidents for life, all kinds of stuff like that. And that works for them. That's not the kind of MC I would be in. But some MCs don't have voting at all. We just do what the president says, period. That's out there. That's not what I would call a traditional MC, and that's not what I talk on. That's not where my experience is. So, it's not what I do. I do traditional MCing. That's what I talk about. And today, we're talking about the craziness that I see in voting. Because voting is a popularity contest. And it is. You got to like the guy you vote for, I suppose. But I could vote for a guy I hated. I simply couldn't stand. If I knew that he was going to be fair, if I knew he was going to follow the bylaws, if I knew he had the experience, or if not the experience, the capability to make things happen. And I'm going to ask him, hey man, I need to know your 30-day plan. Where are we going to be 30 days from now? 60 days, 90 days? Where are we going to be in 6 months? What's our goal? What's this MC going to be doing? What kind of runs? How are we going to affect this family? Black Dragon, what are your thoughts on law enforcement's and veterans MCs? I don't have any thoughts on them. I don't have any thoughts on any other kinds of MCs other than my own brothers in the Black Sabbath MC Nation. And I want them to be the best motorcycle club ever created. But I have respect for all motorcycle clubs. I don't have anything against anybody. I'm a 99%er, so I don't regulate on anybody. I don't have anything to say about your MC or who runs it or where it can be. I'm not into all that. If I see you on the road, I'm going to wave at you no matter who you are. I love all bikers and all kinds of bikes. If it's a motorcycle with two wheels, I love it. I want to be on it. If it's a Buell or whatever.
I see the puppy. Oh, Sassy! Who let her out? That door didn't get closed. Noah? Come here. Or did you just open it?
So, I ask you, what's up with this popularity contest motorcycle club voting? It's like we're back in high school. And I want us to get out of high school when it comes to voting. I want us to get out of this idea that we have to be tribal inside our motorcycle clubs. Or this idea that somebody owes us something and we need to get something for everything we do. We need to get something back for our vote. I want us to start looking at the MC, the we see, what's best for us all. That's what I want us to get back to. What's best for the entirety of the MC? That's the most important thing. When we can get back to that, then we start voting on things like quality, character content, abilities to lead, training, experience. Someone says sometimes the most well-liked person is the best fit to keep the club together. Boy, I've seen that fail a lot of times. Let's vote on Tom because he's the best fit, rather than Leroy, who's the best qualified. We all like Tom, he'll keep us together, but Leroy, we don't all like him, but he'll damn sure follow the bylaws. But you're right, sometimes the most well-liked guy is the best fit. But what have you done to examine his fitness to lead? What's up there in Toronto? What have you done to examine his fitness to lead? His character and his qualities of leadership. I sit around sometimes and I see elections and each guy has gone to his buddy. And you know, another thing I get so sick of is after an election, you always seem to lose people. I wasn't voted in as the secretary. I'm gone. There was once this one guy who was some sort of a Mason. And he felt that all of his Mason brothers would hold him up in the election, and he didn't get one damn vote. He felt that he had been dishonored, and he was out. I believe the MC brotherhood should trump all brotherhoods within my nation. I don't care what else you belong to. In here, you belong to us. And so the only vote I should see that makes sense in here is the vote that's best for the MC, not external brotherhood and all that other gobbledygook. Somebody said just like people complaining about Trump, but yet didn't vote. See, if you didn't vote at all, I really have no use for you. But I kind of figure that I would rather have a no vote than an uninformed vote. A no vote rather than a zero vote rather than someone who doesn't know the issues at all voting because they like somebody, because somebody had a red hat on or a blue hat or rode a donkey or whatever. But people do that. They vote by identity. identity politics, whatever the case may be. He's just like me, so he's going to vote for me. He's just like me, so he's going to vote on my issues. Luckily for us, a lot of times that is how it works. Somebody says, as a fat boy, a good bike to start on. It just depends on how much you weigh, your experience, but I think a fat boy would be a fine motorcycle. So anyway, just thought I would take some time out on my walk to discuss this idea about voting with you good fellows and ladies, to kind of put your mind into a different sort of place. A place where you took the responsibility of voting seriously, especially where it comes to the motorcycle club and in other areas of your life. Voting is important. It's an important right that we all share that should not be sold so cheaply. Shouldn't be taken so lightly. When you vote, good day, Mr. Smith. When you vote for things in the motorcycle club, you're voting for the direction of the motorcycle club. You're voting for the future of the motorcycle club. You're voting for what will make the motorcycle club great. And if you don't want that responsibility, don't vote. If you can't carry that mantle, let it go. Do something else instead. While we're voting, you can go play tiddlywinks. So what do you think? What are your 2 cents? I'd love to hear it. Drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you think about voting in popularity contests, and who would you vote for? Someone you liked? Could you vote for someone you didn't like? Could you vote for someone who you really disliked, but you knew they were the best for the club? Could you vote for somebody who you knew you weren't going to get along with? Could you vote for someone that you probably don't agree with on anything? Could you vote for that kind of a person? If you felt like they were the best fit for the club. Interesting concepts, huh? Anyway, if you haven't already and you like the channel, please hit the like button, and the notification bell lets you know whenever our videos are out. Also, like this video if you like it, and share it if you feel like it could help someone. We definitely appreciate it. One of the biggest things that you can do to help this channel is watch the commercials. That way, that sort of thing does help the channel if you take your time to sit through them. Whoa! Really? Really? Holy moly. I'm in quicksand. You gotta be kidding me. I can't get out of this. Well, it's better quicksand than... better quicksand than falling in that water and messing up my brand new stabilizer and my new phone, which is supposed to be waterproof. Man, I gotta stop falling on these videos. This is ridiculous. 2 videos in a row, 2 falls in a row. It's ridiculous. Anyway, my books can be found. Prospects Bible, Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Club, Sergeant at Arms Bible, and the Public Relations Officer's Bible are all on Kindle and Amazon. And you can order them out of any bookstore. I can be reached on social media. Email is blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. I'm on Facebook, Black Dragon Biker. I'm on Instagram, Black Dragon Biker TV. I'm on Snapchat, Marco Polo, and Twitter as JBunchII. I also have a program on called MC Talk, where that's on Facebook. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. I see you guys are still sending me messages. Mama Ro, good to see you. Merlin, good to see you. And oh my goodness, Willie, Danny, Ironhead, and Lady Ironhead. It's good to see all of you all. And of course, my Patreon subscribers. And I do definitely appreciate you guys on Patreon. You guys can subscribe to me on Patreon, Black Dragon. Black Dragon National President on Patreon. You guys can subscribe to me over there for as little as $1 a month. We appreciate all donations. And once again, that's my 2 cents. Thank you all for tuning in. And whatever you do, do your best to get skinny.